Hi everyone, it's Gemma. Welcome back to Pampered Wolf. In this video, I am going to be trying out lots of fantastic, brand new, affordable drugstore products. There is nothing finer than finding a hidden gem that's affordable. It makes me super happy, so I'm really excited to try some of these out today. Some of these I got in PR, so they were gifted. Some of these I bought myself from Superdrug or Boots, and some I bought myself online. So let's get started. If you are new here, hi, my name's Gemma. I upload 2 to 3 videos here on YouTube every single week. I'm also on Instagram if you fancy checking me out over there, and I'd really appreciate it if you would hit that subscribe button and come and join the Pampered Wolf Pack and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. If you want to, hit the like button as well, it all helps. So as you can see, I already have my foundation and concealer on, no other products whatsoever. I didn't have a new concealer and a new foundation to show you all. So let's get straight into the first product. I got sent so much stuff from Revolution Pro. Look at this eyeshadow palette. How stunning is this? The packaging is beautiful. It has a really chunky mirror up there. Very easy to take this on holiday. The only thing this doesn't have is a matte. So these are all metallic shimmers or metallic pearls. I'm not quite sure. I don't know. We'll find out when we put them on the eye, but what a beautiful colour selection. So I don't know whether I'm going to apply these with my fingers or whether I'm going to apply these with a brush. Let's go in with my finger first. I'm going to take this more goldy shade and pop this all over the lid. So I do have, wow, look at the colour payoff on that. That's amazing. Okay, right, I'm going to put this towards the outer corner of my eye and I'm going to leave the inner corner for the fairer shade in this palette. Otherwise, I feel like it's just going to be a little too deep. That is some colour payoff right there. I'm impressed. So I'm going to deepen up the outer edge using this more bronzy shade here. Look at that. How beautiful and creamy and gorgeous is that? Let me just show you the swatches of these on the screen now, just so you can see the intensity and the colour payoff of these shadows. They are creamy to the touch. These are not dry, they're not flaky, there's not lots of fallout with these. I'm going to see how they apply with a brush in just 1 second to see whether we get just as nice an application with a brush. But oh, these are so pretty. Right, let's add a little bit of the reddy shade. This little reddy shade here, I'm going to add the smallest amount. Let's see if it picks up with a brush. Oh, it definitely does. Just to warm that up a little bit, just in that outer crease. Okay, so because I've got a lot of pigment, completely my fault, not the palettes. The palette is amazing. Because I've got lots of pigment on that outer edge and I like to blend things in a little bit more and not have any harshness, I'm just going to pick up some translucent powder and just buff that in just around the edges, just to soften that off a little bit so it doesn't look so harsh. Super nice, really beautiful. Okay. Let's go into the fairest of the shades in this palette. Now this is singing to me. This is just a little bit of me. Because I have fair skin, I always get really irritated when palettes don't cater for us fair skin folk, because they always seem to put loads of beautiful pigmented deeper shades for more medium to deep skin tones and, you know, forget about us. And it's very difficult to lighten things off. Oh, look at that. Now this may even be too fair. Okay, right, I'm going to keep that on my finger. That was literally just a tap. And I am going to just lightly blend that in to the gold shade. Look how stunning that is. Oh my goodness. If you had a deeper skin tone and you wanted something really vibrant, this would be amazing. Or you could use this as an inner corner highlight. Stunning. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to take the red shade again on a very small brush. This is my Refi number 3 brush. And I'm just going to take it on that outside edge, but just smoke it out a little bit. So beautiful. Honestly, I am blown away. Then I'm going to take the more goldy shade and add that to the center. So, so pretty. Then I'm just going to take the palest shade and just run it in the inner corner and also slightly under that waterline. So that's the finished eyeshadow complete. I am so impressed with this palette. I'm slightly lost for words, which does not happen very often on this channel. These are creamy, they are easy to blend, they are easy to apply with your fingers or a brush, and I have no fallout whatsoever. Literally none. This has a very similar colour story to the Taj Mahal palette from NARS, which is another palette that I absolutely adore. The difference with this and the Taj Mahal palette is that the Taj Mahal palette does have a couple of matte shades to add into their quad. And I've got to be honest, I was slightly disappointed when I opened this that this didn't have at least one matte. However, I'm not disappointed anymore because this palette works. It really does. It's so, so pretty. It screams summer. This is just everything that a summer holiday should be. I can hear the beach and the noise of the waves already. I love it. Absolutely love it. So let's move on to mascara. I'm not applying any eyeliner to this eye look today. I just want it to be as simple as possible, just to prove that we can create a really beautiful, stunning, quite vibrant look using only 2 products. So I'm going to apply a little bit of mascara. The mascara I've chosen to use today is from Loreal. This is the Volume Million Lashes, and this is the Balm Noir version. So this is the version that is supposed to really hydrate and nourish the lashes whilst the mascara is on. And that will seriously benefit me because a lot of mascaras, especially the more affordable ones, tend to dry out my lashes and make them quite brittle. And yeah, that is just not what I want. So I'm hoping this is going to do the opposite and really hydrate and nourish. We will see. The applicator to this is a slightly thicker and smaller version to the Benefit Bad Gal Bang. It is a silicone applicator with very, very tiny bristles. I like those sorts of ones, so let's just see how this goes on. I forgot to curl my lashes, so I'm just going to pinch those in my eyelash curler just for a second. This is the Refy eyelash curler. It is the best eyelash curler that I've ever tried. Granted, I haven't tried tens of thousands of eyelash curlers, but I do like this one. Okay, so this is definitely allowing me to get right down at the base of the lash. I like that. Some ones, if they're a little bit too big, stop me from being able to do that without getting mascara all over the rest of the lash at the same time. But this one seems to be doing a really nice job. Okay, so top and bottom lashes are completed. It felt very creamy whilst I was applying the formula, so hopefully it will nourish and hydrate. It's super, super black, which is what I like, and it kept all my lashes very separated, so no clumpiness at all. Very easy to apply. There's nothing that I can say that's bad about this. It's not one of those mascaras that got everywhere. It was super easy because of the small wand. I like it. I really like it. And if my lashes feel more nourished and less brittle once I've taken this off later, this will be a super winner for me. Real winner. So I am super excited to try these next items. Some people will say that these are not drugstore affordable. I would disagree, which is why I've put them in this video. I've finally bitten the bullet and bought some Refy. Now these are the Brow Sculpt, the Brow Pomade, and the Brow Pencil. If you buy all these together, they're £40. The Brow Sculpt is £16 to buy by itself if you only want to try that. I still feel like that's affordable for what you get at 8.5 mils. You get the brow pomade for £14 and also the brow pencil is £14. So on the high end of affordable drugstore, but I still feel like we can class it as affordable drugstore, especially if you buy these as a package at £40. These are costing you around about £13 each. So the Brow Sculpt, which is the one that I am most excited to try, is this year's winner of the Cosmopolitan Summer Beauty Awards. So I am on the edge of my seat. These actually came, I ordered them online. These came a couple of days ago and I have just not had the time to try them. I meant to try these out just before I got in the bath last night because, you know, I like to try stuff out just before I wash them off. What can we say? But yeah, I just forgot. So this is the first time that I will be trying all of these out. Now I bought the shade Light. Whether that is a schoolgirl error or not, we are just about to find out. Maybe I should have bought Medium, but we will see. Fingers crossed. So this is the Refi Brow Sculpt. On one end, you have the sculpting comb to sculpt your brows once the product is in place. And on the other end, you have the sculpting product, which looks a little bit like PVA glue, but you know, we're gonna see how this applies today. Okay, so straight away, it has some hold to it, which is impressive. Very few brow gels have this amount of hold at this time. So I'm just going to screw that back in and use the comb to really get my brow hairs where I want them before this completely dries down. Actually, you don't have to be as fast with this as I initially thought you would have to. I thought you would have to work super fast. I am super impressed with this. Let me just zoom you in on those before I add any sort of other product. Very, very easy to apply, no residue on the surface. It's not mixed in with my foundation and caused any sort of gunky creaminess issues around the brows. It's a winner for me at the moment. I'm actually quite giddy. Okay, so let's move on to the pomade. This is in a slightly darker shade of packaging, still really, really classy. On one end, you have a brush, which is fine, but it's nowhere near as fine as my Anastasia Beverly Hills brush. So we'll see how I get on with that. And then inside the product, you have the pomade. So you just screw off the end and there it is. I've got a feeling that the brush on this is going to be slightly thick. It is far too thick on the end to create any delicate fine brush strokes, any hair-like strokes to get this looking natural. Now this might not be what this product is for. This might just be for block filling, in which case this is absolutely fine. But I am going to switch to my ABH 7B brush because it's got a much finer tip to it and it still fits in to the pomade. Now, I'm not quite sure how long this will be until it's dried out. It's definitely a creamier texture than my Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pomade. I really like that. Slightly too warm for the inner corner of my brow, but I'm not mad at it. I am not mad. Okay, so I like that. It's nice, very creamy. Let's try out the brow pencil to see what this has to offer. This is in grey packaging and it is super fine for the tip. That is one super fine tip right there. And it has a spoolie on the end, so very similar to my NYX Micro Brow Pencil. And that is the shade. So let's just fill in these brows some more. Oh, you can get such a fine line with this. That is amazing. I am really impressed. I prefer the shade of the pencil to the shade of the brow pomade, because although the brow pomade is a really nice colour, it is slightly too warm for my brows. This, on the other hand, is matching really, really nicely, and it's super fine. I am loving the super fine tip on this. So if I wasn't going to buy the whole lot all over again, I would definitely buy the pencil, and I would definitely buy the brow fix. Brow sculpt is what it's called. Really love the brow sculpt. So let's move on to highlight first of all. So I have some beautiful highlighter ones from Revolution Pro. Once again, these were sent to me in PR and look very, very similar to the Charlotte Tilbury highlighter ones. They even have the little cushion pad on the end there. So I have these in two shades. I will show you the swatches on the screen now. So the first one I have is Ablaze, which is a beautiful pinky champagne-like gold. And then I have the shade Alight, which is more of a bronzy gold. So I am obviously going to use the more pinky champagne-like colour because, you know, that's my preference. These have an on-off little twisty thing so that if you take these in your suitcase, you can actually turn them off. So if you end up squeezing them, not all the product is going to come out at the end. So we just have to turn this off and then give the product a little squeeze so the product comes into the sponge at the top. And then you can just swipe this on the skin as you want it. So just apply a little bit there. I've applied way too much, so I'm just gonna put some of this on the other side as well. Look how beautiful that is. Really, really like that. So just a very quick swipe rather than dabbing like I did on the other side. Oh, this is lovely. So I think this is a triumph. I think this looks super expensive on my skin. A lot of the Revolution products and the Revolution Pro products I look at, I swatch and think, this is not supposed to be bought by somebody like me. This is for a far more glittery generation. This, on the other hand, super nice. Super, super nice. I'm really impressed. I will wear those a lot. Moving on to the next product, which is also by Revolution Pro. This is one of those products that I swatch and think, this is probably not for me, but we're going to try it out anyway. Today, this is one of the Goddess Glow Shimmer Bricks, and this is the shade Sublime. Now, this is supposed to be used as either a shimmer bronzer or a highlighter. And as you've seen there, it comes in lots of different shades. So you can either swirl this together in the pan or you can pick the shade that you want to use and just use that shade if you're using it as a highlighter. This is slightly more glittery than I would prefer. In fact, this is a lot more glittery than I would prefer. Let me show you. This is actually quite a velvety finish. Yeah, it feels a little furry. I'm going to take a little bit of that off because I've got a feeling I'm going to scare myself when this goes on the skin. Yeah. No, this isn't for me. I can already tell this is flying all over the place. So this is great to apply over the top of the glow highlighter that I've just applied, just for that little bit more of a pop. But if I'm being completely honest, it's not my thing. It's not really my thing. I mean, I'm going to make the other side equal because I don't want to go around looking lopsided all day. But yeah, this isn't really my thing. And I'm definitely not going to have this all over my face as a bronzer. Although let me just show you what all these shades look like mixed together. It's a really beautiful, warm toned, shimmery bronzer. So if you are after a lot of shimmer, and I mean a lot of shimmer, this may be for you, but it's not for me. One product that is for me, however, I actually haven't tried this out in any videos. I have mentioned it in a couple of videos before and I love this. It's slightly more expensive than Drugstore affordable, but I thought I'd throw it into this video just for giggles. This is from Pixi and it's the On The Glow blush. This is in the shade Juicy, and all you have to do is spin the bottom to release the product from the top. One of my subscribers said that this reminded her of a deodorant stick. It really does remind me of a deodorant stick as well, but it's so pretty. And the shape of this product just means that you can swipe this onto the skin and then just pad this out with your fingertips. And it just gives the most beautiful glow. It's effortless to blend out. Oh, it's just beautiful. Look at the glow on that already. Very, very nice. And I've just applied this over that powder highlighter that I just applied to my skin, which I wouldn't normally do. I would usually apply this to bare foundation and it's still blended out beautifully without looking patchy. This is going to last me such a long time. There's 19 grams of product in here and there is so much product. It just goes on and on for days. So yeah, it's going to be a staple in my drawer for a really long time, and all you need to do to sanitize it is just get a little sanitizing wipe and just sanitize the top and you're good to go. Moving on to lips. So I wanted a more affordable alternative to my MAC lip pencil in Boldly Bare, which is the shade that really matches my lip color, which is why it's perfect to have in my collection. I walked past the Loreal counter and found this little one. I'm hoping that this will do the trick. This is part of the Colorish range and it's in the shade 630, which is Beige Nude. Oh, okay. So this is what I've got. Interesting. So I'm having to sharpen this because it came and it just had a big glob of the pencil leaking out of the actual pencil itself, and I'm struggling to sharpen this because it is so soft. Yeah, this is just not sharpening for me at all, and I have a very sharp pencil sharpener which never has this issue. Let's just try and see if we can salvage something from this. No, it's just, can you see? It's just breaking off. That is such a shame. This is just a really powdery texture in the middle. That is a real shame because the shade of this is perfection. I may try going and buying another one of these to see whether that one is also the same, just so that we can rule out a dud. But at the moment, I'm extremely upset about that. That's a real disappointment. Okay, so I've had to line my lips using my MAC pencil, which really defeated the object, but hey ho, there we go. Let's get some lip colour on. These are brand new from Revlon in the UK, and these are the Colorstay Satin ink. I've got 3 different shades. I'm going to show you them on the screen now. So we've got the shade 001, which is your go-to. We've got 007 in Partner in Crime, and we've also got 008 in Movie Darling. So which one to go for? Let's go for 001, your go-to. So I really like this. I like the colour for one. I like all three of the colours that I've picked. I think they're really beautiful. This goes on and it's quite loose and liquidy, and then it goes a little creamier, and then it starts to dry down. It's quite a strange feeling on the lip, going from that really creamy, nourishing consistency to then a little bit of tackiness to then totally dry. So yeah, I really like that. I really like that. I've got a feeling these are going to last for a while, but I will update you in a future video. One more product to try, and once again, it's from Revolution Pro. Now you can wear this on its own for a bit of hydration, whether that's overnight or during the day. You can also wear this as a topper, as more of a gloss over the top of another lipstick, which is what I'm going to do today. So this is one of the Goddess Glow lip oils, and this has got jojoba oil in here, cherry and raspberry oil as well. This does have a slight flavour to this. I don't get cherry. I get more vanilla-y raspberry, so we'll see. Now this feels really nice, and it's only taken a tiny bit of the lipstick off, which is credit to the Revlon Colorstay formula. It's just added a little bit more hydration without making my lips feel wet. I like that. I also like this on its own. This is one of the products that when I got my PR package from Revolution Pro, I tried this straight away and wore it all day. It really does stay in place for an oil. I think that's quite impressive, and it feels very hydrating and very nourishing without having that clarty, oily feeling on the lip. I really like it. So that's the finished look for today. Let me know your thoughts. I really like the look that I've created today. I've thoroughly enjoyed trying all these more affordable products out. I don't feel like they look affordable on the face. I feel like this looks really expensive and luxurious. And apart from the one disaster from the L'Oreal Colorish lip pencil, and I will try and get another one of these to try and rule out a bad batch of this, I've loved everything. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments section below, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Bye everyone.